Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. I'm just going to wait a minute here for everyone to log in. Hello, welcome. Okay, hi, everybody. Welcome to our September Challenger, the first class of the series. I can see a couple of people still trickling in, so I'm just going to get started, and then whoever joins in late could just join us whenever they come in. So as usual, our exercise classes for this month will be recorded. So any of the September series classes will be uploaded onto our YouTube channel roughly about a week after each session happens. So if you wanted to review any of the recordings, you're welcome to. And our September Challenger is going to be similar to our April Challenger, if any of you were here for that. So the Challenger class is a relatively high intensity, a little bit fast-paced class. So if you are somebody who's never done this before and you find anything we're doing in the class a little bit too fast or a little bit too challenging for you, you're of course welcome to review any of the other classes we've got advertised that might be a little bit more moderately paced or a little slower paced. Now, I know in the advertisement for the September Challenger, we did put some equipment on the description list, nothing heavy duty, just things you can find at home. For today, you're going to be needing 2 tea towels. So I've got 2 tea towels here. They don't have to be tea towels. They could be face towels. They could be little fabrics, maybe lightweight scarves that you have are fine too, but 2 small sized type fabrics. And also a small cushion, so a small couch cushion would do. So a little cushion that you put on the couch, one of those little tiny cushions would be helpful as well. At the moment, I'm currently in the middle of packing all my stuff because I'm moving houses tomorrow. So I don't have a couch cushion, but I've got a little camping sleeping bag that I'm going to use today instead. So it's going to be a little cushion, so something roughly the size, give or take, so something that you can hold on to and use during the class. Okay, so I see a comment here. Okay, yeah, no worries. You're welcome to join us later if you would like. That's absolutely fine. The session is recorded as well. So if you're not able to make the session, no worries. You can always look at the recording. Okay, so a couch cushion, even though this is a sleeping bag, but a couch cushion and 2 tea towels or some kind of a fabric that you can toss and catch in the air. And we will be standing for the entire duration of the class. So just follow along to the best of your abilities. And if you do need a break throughout the class, please feel free to take a break. It's okay to stop and catch your breath if you need it. But of course, as much as you can, if you can come right back into it, that would be even better because we do want to work on our stamina a little bit in this class as well. Hopefully you found the chat box. If you do need to ask me any questions or speak to me during the session, you will be using the chat box to do so because everybody's microphones are disabled, just so that way we don't hear any feedback sound coming in through the background. Of course, at the end of the session, I will come forward, and if you do have any questions that you would like to ask and you can't type, that's okay. You can always use the raise hand function, and I will enable your microphone if you prefer to ask the question through voice rather than through typing. I will do my best to come forward every now and then during the class in order to read the questions if you do have any. But if you do put questions in, be patient with me because I will be moving with you, so I can't see them in real time. I'll have to come forward every now and then to have a look at them. Yeah, no worries, Neil. Absolutely fine. If you need to leave in 30 minutes, just do as much as you can. No worries at all. All of our exercise classes, as you are probably aware, pretty informal. So if you need to leave and you want to come and go, that's absolutely fine. Whatever works for you is okay with us. The sessions are recorded, so you can always look at it at a later date. Okay, should we get started? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have a stand up. Hopefully you can see me. So I do have the blinds shut, but it is bright from behind me, so I might look a little bit shadowy, but hopefully you can see me okay. Okay, let's start. We're gonna march on the spot here to start to get some movement into our legs. And as you're marching here, you're really gonna think about lifting those knees up nice and high, and you're swinging the arms. So if I turn to the side for a second, you can see that my arms are not just going forward, but I'm swinging them back as well, like so. So you wanna lift the knees up nice and high, keep the chest up, and you're gonna swing the arms forward and backwards in your march. I just realized that my voice sounds a little bit echoey in my almost empty living room here. I'm doing a big move tomorrow, first thing in the morning, and I'm doing lots of last minute packing, so the room is pretty empty right now, and you can probably hear a bit of echo, but hopefully it's not too distracting. Okay, keep the marching pattern going. This time, we're going to float our arms up the side as like so in a T shape, keeping your legs up nice and high. From here, you're gonna take your knee and you're gonna reach it to your opposite hand like so. So you'll notice here I'm saying knee to hand, not hand to knee, because I want you to keep your chest up and I want you to lift your knees as high as you can in order to meet your hands rather than slouching forwards like that. So you want to keep those knees up as high as you can as you're doing the marching, opening the chest, and you're going to bring the arms back out into the T shape like this every time you put the leg down. How are we doing so far? Check in with your posture. Crown of the head reaching for the ceiling. Lift those knees up nice and high, opening the chest. Nicely done. Keeping the same pattern going this time, we're going to bring the knee to the forearm. So we got to twist a little bit further. So you can see here, my upper body is now kind of rotating from side to side, or rather corner to corner. And I'm trying to reach the knee to the opposite forearm. And as we're doing this marching pattern, make sure we're staying nice and balanced, right? So what we don't want to do is fall every time we lift the knees, but you want to keep yourself upright. Chest up, head up, lift those knees nice and high. Nicely done. Good. This time, we're going to bring the knee to the opposite elbow if you can. So we got to twist a little further in order to get the knee to reach the elbow. Of course, if you can't, that's okay as well. Just go as far as you can. Try to get the elbow in line with the knee if you can't quite reach and get them to touch. You can always try to get them in line. Remember, this is a faster class. It's a faster paced class and a higher intensity class. So hopefully all the things we're going to be doing today will challenge you. Okay, let's do 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're going to circle the arms backwards like so, and you're going to do a little bend in the knees every time your arms come down. Soft bend of the knees, keeping that chest up. We're not leaning forward like this, but we're just softening the knees like this. Just softening the knees as we swing the arms around. If you've got shoulder issues, don't go up as high, but still try to swing those arms in circles as much as you can. And let's reverse it. We're going forwards this time. Still doing a little soft bend of the knees every time you swing the arms around. Nicely done. 2 more, 1 more, and drop the arms. Legs nice and wide. Think wider than your hips, wider than your shoulders. From here, we're going to bend those elbows into our side, open up our hands, We're going to squat down and try to get the elbows to touch the knees. Then from here, you're going to stand back up and reach on a diagonal, noticing that I'm putting weight over to the side. So I'm shifting my weight from the middle to the side on a diagonal, back to the middle on the side. Let me move back a little bit so you can see the tops of my arms. And as we're doing this movement, try to keep your chest facing forward. So we want to avoid doing this, but we want to go down. Keep your chest up, keep your chest forward, not turn down, but forward. Use the legs to help drive your upper body on that diagonal. So it's almost like the legs are pushing your upper body and the arms up on that diagonal. Using a little bit of momentum here. How are we doing? This is just a warm-up. Well done, everybody. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop the arms. Okay, legs wide again, but maybe a little bit more narrow than what you had it before. You're gonna place your hands into a prayer position, stick it into your chest, lift the elbows up, shoulders away from the ears. Imagine your feet bolted down into the floor. You're now going to lead the movement with your breastbone, and you're going to rotate around like so to look at the back wall. So you're keeping your feet where they are, but you're twisting the upper body into that rotation. Stretch, looking at the back wall as much as you can. Try to lead the movement with your breastbone. And then come back to the middle. Same to the other side. Keep your breastbone and your hand attached, and you're using you're leading the rotation movement with the breastbone. So it's not the arms going, but it's the chest going as well. And keep your feet planted firmly on the floor. Nicely done. One more each side, rotating over. Back to the middle. And again, rotating over, back to the middle. Okay, last one to get us warm. I'm gonna take one of your legs and you're just gonna swing it forward and backwards. Let me turn sideways. So you're just swinging the leg. If you need to hold on to something, hold on to something. Or you're just swinging the leg, loosening up the hips a little bit. Swing the leg forward and backwards. I don't wanna see anybody do stiff movements. You're aiming to loosen up that leg as much as you can. It might help you to swing the same arm in the opposite direction to help you keep balance, or you can hold on to a wall, a chair, whatever you have. We're just going to do a couple of these swings, letting the leg be as loose as you can. Imagine you're aiming for a pendulum swing of the leg. Nicely done. A couple more. Okay, and then we switch sides, same to the other side. Hold on to something if you need, and we're just gonna swing that leg, try to get that leg nice and loose, as loose as you can. So don't hold it rigid like this. We're not kicking, we're just letting the leg swing. So you're not kicking with intention, right? We're not kicking, you're swinging, letting the leg be as loose as you can. Holding on to something if you need. Nicely done. Let's do a few more. Good, and rest. Okay, so that was our warm-up. Hopefully you're a little bit warm. We've got 5 exercises that we're gonna do now, and we're gonna do 2 minutes each for each exercise, and we're gonna run through it twice. So really, you've got 5 exercises and we're running through it twice. That's it. And then we got to cool down. So it's relatively fast. I'm just going to pull up my clock here because I just realized it disappeared. There we go. I want to keep time. Okay. Our first exercise, we're going to start with the feet together like this. So imagine I took a big glue stick and I glued your thighs and your feet completely together. So you want them to be together as much as you can. But of course, if having them completely together is not very comfortable for you and you want to have them a little separate, that's okay too, but try to get them as narrow as you can. From here, we're going to place our hands together. So the palms are going to come together and you're going to stick that into your chest elbows up nice and high, shoulders away from the ears. From here, you're gonna step out to the side and turn to the side as well. So let me show you that again. The feet are together, you're taking one of your legs, you're stepping out to the side and pointing the toes and the chest in the direction of your travel, but your other leg stays where it is, and you're opening your arms up into a T shape, stretching those fingers, and then you're coming back in. And then we're doing the same thing on the other side. You're stepping out, keep your chest towards the direction your feet or your foot is traveling as well, opening the arms in a T-shaped, chest up, and come back in. So essentially you're stepping out and you're pivoting just one leg out to the side, and you're stepping out as far as you can, opening the chest as wide as you can, stretch those fingers, and come back in for 2 minutes. Okay, so this one we're working on weight shift, opening the chest, and you're focusing on stepping out as far as you can. So I don't want to see anyone do this. Or this coming back. We want to make the steps very distinctive. So you want to be very sure of where you're stepping. The feet need to be very distinctive. None of this dragging of the leg to come back. Okay, 2 minutes. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Step out as far as you can. Step back in. See if you can lift your foot off the ground as high as you can with each step. Ooh, except without losing your balance like I just did there. And you're thinking about opening the arms, opening the chest as you step out. Stretch those fingers apart. Keep the crown of the head facing the ceiling. Step the leg out to the side. You're turning the toe towards the side wall that you're facing when you step out. So you're kind of half changing directions here. How are we doing? 50 seconds in. 2 minutes doesn't seem like very long, but for some reason when you're doing these exercises, they always feel so long. 1 minute left. Nicely done. Keep trying to step out as far as you can. Remember, you don't have to necessarily go at the speed that I'm going. You can go slower as long as you're doing the right movement. You're aiming for as big of an amplitude as you can when you're moving, stepping out as far as you can. Spreading those fingers, keeping your chest up. 30 seconds left. Nicely done. Last 20. Keep it going. Are you breathing? Don't hold your breath. 15 seconds. Stretch those arms behind you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nicely done. Okay, our next one. Just trying to figure out what's the best way to show you, maybe from the side. Okay, our next one, we're going to do a backwards lunge or a backwards step. So I'm facing on an angle, but I want you to face straight on. I'm just turning to the side a little bit so you can see. So you're going to take your legs, I'll show you the legs first. You're going to step back either into a lunge position where your body is upright and it's almost like you're about to kneel on the floor. Or if you can't lunge, that's okay, step as far as you can, okay? So either lunge or step. Now, let me come forward. Your arms are gonna be here in fists beside your armpits, and your arms are gonna go push, opening the fingers, opening the palm, and then you're gonna imagine you're grabbing something, grab and pull. So actually imagine there's something in front of you that you can't see, but you're pushing away from you and then grabbing and pulling towards you. So putting that together, it looks like this. Lunge back, push the arms, pull to step back in. Same to the other side. Lunge back, push the arms, pull to come back in. So you'll notice as I'm doing this, I'm trying to be as sharp as I can with the movement, right? So I'm not doing a soft transition like this or letting the movement continue. When I hit the position, I'm holding it. Holding it. So you're being as sharp as you can rather than liquefying the movements where it's moving continuously. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Let me pull up my clock because it's gone again. Okay, 2 minutes, either step or lunge, okay? I'm gonna face on a diagonal again so you can see. Are we ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. So think of that push, pull, push, pull. So you want to be as sharp as you can with the movement here. Step back as far as you can, whether you're doing the step or the lunge, whatever works for you today. But I want you to exert as much effort as you can. It's almost like you're aiming for 80% of your maximum effort that you can muster in your movements. How far can you stretch the arms? How far can you step? How deeply can you lunge? How sharp can you make the movements? 50 seconds in, nicely done. Breathe in, don't hold your breath. Try to be as sharp as you can. Hold the movement for just half a second before you move on. Nicely done. You got 50 seconds left. You're almost there. Let me turn to face you. Nicely done. How are we doing? 40 seconds. As sharp as you can. Last 30. Breathe. Yes, you can. You can do it. 20 seconds. As sharp as you can. Step back as far as you can. Push the arms out as far as you can. Imagine there's something in front of you. You're pushing away and then pulling towards you. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Okay, shake out those arms. Ooh. Okay, so now for the next one, you're going to be using your little fabrics or your tea towels. Now, ignore the tea towels for a second. Just watch my legs. Here's what you're going to do. Your feet are parallel, and then you're going to take one of your legs, step out to the side, bending that knee, and then coming back in. That's it. Same to the other side. Step to the side and come back in. Step to the side, come back in. So whatever leg is not stepping to the side stays anchored in the middle. Okay, that's the legs. You're going side to side, keep your chest up. Don't let yourself lean forward when you go to the side, but you're keeping your chest up. Now, you have 2 tea towels and they're gonna be in each hand like this. What you're gonna do is, as I'm stepping out to the side, you're going to take the opposite arm to the leg that's moving, right? Opposite arm to the leg that's moving. You're gonna take that side and you're gonna toss the towel you've got here in the air and catch it. Now, when you're throwing, your hand, your palm is facing down, you're tossing up. And then when you catch, you're catching downwards. We're not catching this way or this way, but you're tossing right up above you, overhead, right over your head here. And then you're catching it down the same way. So palm down the entire time, catch. And as you catch, you're aiming for that sound, that smacking sound. I don't know if you can hear that, but you're catching down, smacking that cushion down, or sorry, the fabric down, almost like the fabric is already falling down with gravity and you're trying to speed up that downward movement. So it looks like this. Coming back. Coming back. So you see that? It's opposite arm to the leg that's stepping out to the side. And you're throwing and catching, swinging the arm behind you like so. So as you catch, don't just go like this. I want you to toss it overhead, catch, and swing it behind you. So Okay, you're tossing right overhead, catch and swing. Okay, 2 minutes. Should we try? I know this one's a little tough coordination-wise because you got to catch the fabric at the same time. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. And as you catch and step out to the side, I just want you to hold that for a second. Hold the pose for just a second before you come back so you can really practice balancing on that split leg stance. Nicely done. Try to coordinate it so the arm and the leg goes out together. So what I don't want to see is the leg and then the arm, or the arm and then the leg, but you want both to go at the same time for that coordination and that extra bit of balance challenge. How are we doing? I think most people usually hate this one, but you're doing well. So remember, if this is feeling really challenging, don't worry, it's meant to be challenging. It's not supposed to be easy, because if it is easy, there's no point doing it, right? So it's always good to challenge yourself, because the more you practice something challenging, the easier it gets. And then one day you're able to do it without even really thinking about it. 50 minutes left, or sorry, oh my God, 50 seconds, not 50 minutes. You're almost there. Nicely done. Try to keep your chest up, keep your head up. If you're having issues catching the fabric, try to toss it right over above your head. That way it's usually a little bit easier, because a lot of times we throw it forward and then we have issues catching it. So think right overhead. 20 seconds, you're almost there. Nicely done. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, you can put the stuff away now. So you can put the towels away, or the little fabrics, whatever you've got, and I want you to grab your small pillow or cushion. So of course, I'm using a sleeping bag because all my stuff is packed, and this is all I've got that's not been duct taped yet. So I'm using this for the moment, but same thing, you're using a small cushion or some kind of a pillow. Even if you don't have one, maybe a book, something you can hold relatively easily is okay. Now, we're gonna hold on to the object, whatever object you're using, you're holding on to it. And all you're gonna do here is you're gonna march on the spot. And as you're marching on the spot, you're literally gonna turn around on the spot like this. You're just turning around. And then when you face the front again, you're going the other way. That's what you're doing with your legs. So far, so good? Okay, now here comes the hard part. The object that you're holding, as you're turning around, you're going to pass the object around your body in the opposite direction, to the direction you're actually turning with the legs. And then once you come around, you're doing the same thing to the other side. You're passing that cushion around your body in the opposite direction. So if I'm turning to the right, then the cushion is going to go around to the left. If I'm turning to the left, the cushion is going to go around to the right. Make sense? That's it. Bit of a thinking one. Okay, let's try. You got 2 minutes. Let's start marching. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. So opposite direction to where you're going is where you want to pass that cushion. So whatever object you're holding on to, hopefully a cushion because it's easier to grab, you're going to turn it. You're going to move it around your torso in the opposite direction to the direction your body is turning. And just make sure every time you make a full circle around, you go the other way, because I don't want anyone to get dizzy and fall. So please don't keep turning the same way. You just want to make a full circle around with your marches, and then you go in the opposite direction. How are we doing? Hopefully you're breathing, you're not holding your breath. If you think this is feeling really easy, check in with yourself. Are you actually moving the cushion in the opposite direction? Or if you are, can you go faster? Just realized the sleeping bag that I'm holding is actually very difficult to grip. So it's probably not the best choice. But hopefully your cushions are soft, so it's easy for you to grip onto. Nicely done, everybody. You've got 30 seconds left. Hopefully you're not dizzy. Hopefully you've been turning in opposite directions every time. Twenty seconds, or actually 15 now. Keep going, you're almost there. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. You're gonna put your cushion away. One last exercise, and then we're done our circuit, and then we're gonna repeat everything again. Now, this last one, I'm gonna use a wall. Ignore my TV, which I've yet to pack in my box. You're gonna use an empty wall. Now we're gonna do some wall push-ups for our last exercise. Okay, so you wanna have a wall free of clutter, so ideally nothing at the bottom, nothing that you have to kind of shift your hands around. You're gonna place your hands flat on the wall like this, and you're gonna walk your feet out away from the wall. So you can see I'm kind of on an incline, right? So what you wanna avoid is like this. We don't wanna be completely vertical. You wanna be on an incline like this. Okay. You wanna be on an incline so that your feet are further back than your shoulders, but also we're not sticking our butts out and we're not sagging down either. You wanna keep yourself in one plank position. Then from here, literally what you're gonna do is try to keep your body in that one plank position, and you're just gonna try to do some push-ups like this. Now, 2 minutes is of course a long time, so don't go all out and do a bunch. Just do a few, and then maybe have a rest, shake out the arms, and then repeat again. For 2 minutes on the clock, you're gonna do as many as you can. Are we ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Now, as you're doing the push-ups, try to keep your shoulders away from the ears. So I don't want to see this, right? We don't want to be doing this. Keep your shoulders away from the ears, and you're aiming to make the arms into like an A shape. So see my forearms? You're not doing a T, you're aiming for like an A shape. So if the elbows are kind of pointing way on a corner, try not to do an I either. We're aiming for an A shape. Hopefully that makes sense. Oh, I've lost count here. I think we've done 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Sometimes I talk a little too much in these classes and then I forget the time. Keep going, well done. Try to keep your chest and your hips still in that one place. So you can see I'm on a slope. I'm not gonna do this position, right? You want to try to keep your body in one plank. So the only thing that's really moving is just the arms, but the rest of the body kind of stays in that same position. You got 1 minute left. Well done. How are we doing? Keep breathing. After this, we're going to do the 5 exercises again, and then you're done. So you're almost there. You've only got really 10 minutes of hard work left. Good, keep it going, nicely done. How are we doing? Still breathing? 30 seconds, you're almost there. If you need a rest, have a rest and get right back into it if you can. Trying to keep your body in that one plank position. Don't stick your bottom out. Don't sag your belly towards the wall. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Shake out the arms. Well done. I hope you don't hate me too much for making you do that. Okay. We're repeating the exercises from the beginning again. So the first exercise we started with our feet together, hands together into the chest, lift the elbows up, but don't let the shoulders creep up. And we're stepping out to the side as far as we can, and we're opening, stretching those arms and fingers back, and then we bring it back in. Do you remember this one? We're stepping out to the side, so the leg that's stepping out is turning. The toe is facing the wall that my body is also facing. So the leg that's anchored down stays where it is, but the rest of the body turns to the side. Okay, 2 minutes. Are we ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Step out as far as you can. Open those arms as wide as you can. Spread those fingertips. How sharp can you make the movement? How big can you make the movement? How far can you step to the side? Make sure you're keeping your chest up during this exercise. Try not to let yourself curl your back down. You want the chest to be facing the walls to either side. Crown of the head reaching up to the ceiling. Push yourself back in, lift the legs as high as you can. Don't let yourself drag the leg out and drag it back in. Step out, step in. So as you step out, you're opening your arms as wide as you can, taking up as much space as you can before you push yourself back in. Lift the foot as high off the ground as you can. 1 minute left. How are we doing? We've only got 4 exercises after this. You can do it. Breathing. Keep going. Challenge yourself. How far can you step? How wide can you spread those arms? Nicely done. 35 seconds. I'm counting this time, I promise. 30 seconds left. Keep going. You can do it. Chest up. Turn yourself to that side wall with every step. 15 seconds. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. So our next one is going to be our backwards lunge and pushing of the arms forward. Remember that one? Let me turn to the side. So we're either lunging, almost like you're about to kneel on the floor, but not quite, or stepping. So you can either step or lunge. Remember, we're aiming for sharpness here. The arms are going to push and pull. Remember this one? Okay, let's go. We can do this. 2 minutes. 3, 2, 1, and go. You're aiming for as sharp of a movement as you can, as much force as you can with those arms and the legs. Pause in each position for just a second, and then moving on to the next one. How are we doing? 15 seconds in. You can do it. Keep breathing. How sharp can you make the movements? You're almost there. After this, you've got 3 exercises left, and then you're done. Nicely done. Breathing. See how far you can step back. So as you're stepping, if you're doing the stepping version, don't just do this, right? See if you can step so far back that your chest actually moves back and forward, right? Whereas if you're stepping on the spot like this, your body's barely translating. You want it to move back and forward. 1 minute left. Who knew 2 minutes could be so long? You're doing really well. Keep going. Breathe. Aim to step back as far as you can. Show me that strength in the arms with the push and the pull. Breathing. Nicely done. You can do this. You're almost there. Last 30 seconds. Keep stepping. Keep pushing. Keep pulling. Spread the fingers as wide as you can. Nicely done. 15 seconds. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh my gosh, well done. Okay, we're gonna grab our towels again. So your little tea towels, your fabrics, whatever you're using. And this is the one where you start with your feet together or close together, and you're stepping out to the side. So remember, the legs go like this, sorry, like that. You're bending that knee. And then every time you step out, you're taking the opposite arm to the leg, and you're throwing and catching your fabric. So opposite arm to the leg. Are we ready? You can do this. You've got this exercise and then 2 more, and then we're done. You're almost there. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Hold it for just a second and then come back in. So remember, you want the arm and the leg to go together with that toss and the step. And you want to try to not toss it forward. So don't toss the fabric forward, but you want it to toss right over your head. So right over your head, so it's easier to catch. So don't toss it forward to the screen. Aim for right above your eyebrows. And each time you catch it, you're holding that split leg stance for just a second or two, right? So you can actually practice holding that balance. Oh no, I've lost count. Okay, let's say in 10 seconds, you're 1 minute in. Try not to talk so much for the last few exercises. I often get carried away and I describe the exercises so much that I'm losing count. Less than a minute left. Hopefully you're still breathing. Don't hold your breath. Remember to hold that balance for just a second and then come back in. Step out as far as you can. So just like before, you want to step out so far that your chest actually moves from side to side. Whereas if I'm like this, can you see my chest stays in the middle? So you want to make sure you actually move from side to side. Last 15 seconds. You can do it. Step out as far as you can. Bend that knee as you step it out. Opposite arm to leg, catching that fabric. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Okay, put your towels away again. You're gonna grab your little pillow, or in my case, a sleeping bag. Okay, so this one here is our marching exercise. So you remember we were marching and we were turning around and passing the pillow in the opposite direction to the direction we're turning, right, for 2 minutes. Okay. This exercise, and then your wall push-ups, and then that's it, and then you're done. You're almost there. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Lift those knees up nice and high. As you're marching around, try to keep your chest up as you're passing the object behind you. Don't let yourself slouch forward. Remember, after each rotation, after each turn, you're going to turn in the opposite direction, right? So we're not going to get too dizzy here. Next time I will find a better object to hold on to than this sleeping bag, which is very slippery. Try not to let the object touch your body either. You're just passing it around you. So I probably feel a little bit of a chest stretch here as well, because as you're passing back, you're not letting it come towards you, but you're bringing the arms back as well. How are we doing? Hopefully good. You're almost a minute in. I'm having issues catching this sleeping bag here. 1 minute left. Nicely done. Try to lift those knees up nice and high. Keep your chest up. And check in with yourself as you're doing this. Are you actually moving the cushion around you in the opposite direction? Because sometimes we feel like we are, but if you actually check the direction you're going, you'll realize you're actually not going the right circle, not the right way. Almost there. 20 seconds left. Knees up nice and high. Make sure you're switching directions after each turn. You got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, put the cushion away. We're gonna come towards the wall again for our push-ups. Last 2 minutes, so remember, hands on the wall, walk the legs back. We don't wanna do this, and we don't wanna do this either. You wanna keep your legs back so that your body's on a plank, and then you do your push-ups like that, okay? So remember the arms, not in a T shape, not in an I shape, but in an A shape. You're aiming for the angle of the forearms in that A shape every time you do the push-up. Okay, 2 minutes, you can do this. Last 2 minutes, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Make sure as you're doing the push-up, you're bringing those legs back far enough that your body's on an angle. So if you're like this, you're probably not going to feel this very much, although yes, if you feel like your arms can't sustain the weight, by all means, you can do it this way too. But don't be so close to the wall that your arms are already bent. You want to make sure the arms are straight and you're on an incline when you're doing this. Now, remember, if you need a break, it's okay. You can take a break, but see if you can get right back into it if you can. Try to keep good form as you're doing this, keeping your body in one plank position. Squeeze your tummy muscles in, so that you can hold yourself in that plank position without sticking the bottom out like this. How are we doing? I must admit, I can't see the chat box now because I got my clock up. So if you've got questions, I will come and answer after we're done this exercise. You got 1 minute left. Aim for that A shape of your arms. Remember the forearms in the A shape, not the T shape, not the I shape, but the A shape, and you're keeping your body in one plank position. Don't let your bottom stick out. Don't let your tummy muscles sag. Hold your upper body nice and rigid in this movement. Only the arms moving. You're in a slant position with the body. You got 30 seconds, and then you're done. You can do this. Keep going. Nicely done. Last 20 seconds. You've got this. Breathing. Keep pushing if you can. Keep the tummy muscles nice and tight. Hold the belly button in. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh my gosh, well done, you guys. Shake out those arms, shake out the legs. Okay, let's do a bit of a stretch to finish. Legs nice and wide. You're gonna take your fingertips, you're gonna reach to one knee, and you're bending your bottom back at the same time. So it looks like this. Hand to the knee, bending that knee, stick your bottom back. So you feel a stretch on the inner thigh. Nicely done, everybody. And coming back up to the other side. The Challenger class is definitely not easy, so well done to you for going through it and finishing the class. Whether you have to take a break or not, doesn't matter. You got through it. Well done. Now remember, it's supposed to be challenging, so please don't feel bad if you feel like it was difficult to keep up. Hopefully by continuing the class, you'll be able to see some improvements. Okay, leg forward, bending your chest down to the leg. So one leg bent, one leg straight. Should feel at the back of the thigh here. If you did find this absolutely impossible to do though, you're welcome to have a look at our more moderately paced or lower paced exercise classes, which are on our YouTube channel. If you're not sure where to find them, please send me an email and I will help you out with that. I will type my email in the chat box in a moment. One more each side. Nicely done. Last time, other side. Good. Okay, we're going to come to a wall for a second so we can stretch our calf. You're going to step one leg back, front knee bent, back knee straight, reaching that heel towards the floor, and you're going to push the bottom forward. So don't let your bottom sink back. Push the bottom forward so you can really feel the back half stretching. If you don't, step back further. And then let's switch sides. Stepping that leg back. Bend that front knee, straighten the back knee. Reach that back heel down to the floor. Good. Now we're going to do a thigh stretch. Hold on to a wall, grab the foot, pull it up towards your bottom, push the hips forward to feel the stretch. If you're having issues holding onto the foot, place a chair or a stool behind you, and you place that foot on a stool. So imagine this leg, underneath it, there's a stool that I'm placing the leg on, and I'm stretching it this way. Or you can hold onto the foot and pull it towards your bottom. Same thing on the other side, holding onto the foot, pull it up towards your bottom, stick your hips forward. Good, rest for a second. You're gonna take your arms, you're gonna grab hold of the elbow here on one side of your hand, and you're gonna pull it across you like so. So you're holding onto the elbow of the opposite arm, pulling that elbow towards your shoulder. And then rest for a second, same to the other side, grab hold of the elbow, pull it to your shoulder. So pull the elbow to the opposite shoulder. Pull that shoulder down towards the floor at the same time, and you should feel it across the side of the arm. And then we're going to open the arms out to the side, stretch them back as far as you can. So like this, stretch them back as far as you can to feel the chest muscles opening. And rest. Deep breath in. And out. One more. Breath in. And out. And done. Awesome job, everybody. You did it. You did it. Woohoo. Okay. I hope I didn't lose too many of you throughout the class. So the class is meant to be challenging, so I hope you feel challenged. If you feel like this class was absolutely impossible to do, don't worry, it is supposed to be hard. So you can always have a look at some of our other classes that we've got that are more moderately paced. And I will actually just put my email here for a second. Sorry that my screen is moving. Hopefully it's not making you dizzy. Here it is. syu@parkinson.bc.ca. You are welcome to email me and I can send you recommendations for classes that may be lower level if you find this is too difficult. Ideally, you should find this class challenging and you feel like you have to really push yourself to finish the 2-minute circuit each time, but it's not impossible to do. And hopefully as the weeks go on, you'll see that it does get a little bit easier over time, but I will try to challenge your balance and your direction change and some of your thinking skills as well as we do the series. Okay, well, I hope you're all doing well. Drink some water, let the heart rate come down. Make sure as you're doing the class, if you did need a break, please do take a break. So starting next week, I know I mentioned this at the beginning already, but please do listen to your body. And if you feel you need to have a break, that's okay. Slow down, take a break, get back into it if you can. Okay, well, that's it. If you have any questions, you're welcome to either drop me an email or you're welcome to type in the chat box as well, whatever works for you. And I will see you next time. You're welcome to log off, but I'll stay on for just a minute here in case anybody has any questions. A quiet chat box is always a good thing. I guess you're all catching your breath. You're very welcome. Thank you, everybody. That's okay. No worries. Even if you're just watching, that's okay. At least you're thinking about it. You're probably going to visit it at a different time. So no worries at all. Remember, the classes are informal. Whatever you want to do is absolutely fine as long as you're trying to be involved. So no worries at all. Okay. Okay, well, I don't think there's any other questions, so I'm going to shut the room now. I will see you all next week. Thank you, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.